And on that note, I'm gonna go over this way now, away from the crazy people. Let's go talk to a different crazy person, aka the Exarch. Let me in. Said let me in.
You have come at a good time. As you may have heard, we have something of a quandary on our hands.
We do?
Laxon Loft here in Lakeland. Yulmore has sent one of its airships. They
That's
have
bad,
questions for
right?
us concerning the death of the Light Warden. Their emissary makes his way here even as we speak.
I suppose the sky does rather give the game away.
Indeed. 'Twas inevitable they would come knocking. The only question was how soon.
My lord, I am come with the Yulmoran emissary. May I show him in?
A moment, Captain, if you would. Everyone, gather round. I do not wish to show our hand prematurely. Forgive me this liberty. Vanish.
I'm invisible. No, I just thought I'd talk and give away the fact that I'm invisible.
Well, well. The commander of the Yulmoran army himself. To what do I owe the honor, General Ranjit?
The Light Warden is dead, Exarch. Were your people responsible?
Nope, wasn't me.
You are clearly in some haste, my lord. But before I address your question, you must allow me one of my own. What is Yulmore's interest in this?
His benevolence, Lord Vorthry, is gravely concerned that the actions of an ignorant few may jeopardize relations between man and Sin-Eater.
What
Should it
relations?
transpire that the Crystarium is guilty of abetting the villains responsible for this outrage, my lord has decreed that it suffer the same retribution.
I see. Since you have been so candid, I too shall speak my mind. Regardless of who is responsible, the Crystarium rejoices in the Light Warden's death and welcomes the return of the night sky. If Yulmore considers this tantamount to aiding those you term villains, then by all means, carry out your retribution.
What creepy bread?
Know, however, that even should every innocent soul in the Crystarium perish, nothing can stop that which has been set in motion.
Folly. The death of one or 1,000,000 Sin Eaters changes nothing. The world is dead, and writhe as we might, like maggots in its rotting course, it will not be reborn. Only by my master's grace may we live out our days in peace.
Ah. Meal.
But I waste my breath. You have made your stance clear. I shall relay your words to Lord Vorthry.
We know nothing about the meal right now besides that they use it as currency and hand it out as food.
In the meantime, you would do well to counsel any here who have done more than merely rejoice in recent events, to throw themselves upon Yulmore's mercy. Promptly.
It does have a fairly similar color.
One last matter. We are searching for a young artist and his assistant. Know you of whom I speak?
Nope.
An artist and his assistant, no. I cannot say I do.
What a pity. Should they reveal themselves to you, I bid you hand them over at once. My master is most eager to see them again.
No, I don't think I will. But I'd love to know how you can see through an invisibility spell.
Am I imagining things, or did
of
he
course.
just stare straight at us?
I fear he did. The General is not a man to be trifled with. He is a warrior of fearsome repute who has led Yulmore's army since before Vorthry's time, when the nation still spearheaded the fight against the Sin Eaters. One does not command the world's mightiest army, and for so long, without possessing exceptional instincts.
If Yulmore chose to send such an individual, we must assume this talk of retribution is more than an idle threat.
You think?
While we are grateful for your support, my lord, we cannot in good conscience put your people in harm's way.
It is noble of you to say, Master Alphino, but my people have been in harm's way since long before you arrived. Yulmore has ever yearned to rule over what remains of the world. Even should we surrender the Warrior of Darkness to them, they would find some other pretext upon which to invade.
Not
the people
wrong.
of the Crystarium know this only too well, which is why, when the time comes, I am certain they will fight to the last man. If truth be told, I would not have been surprised had Ranjit declared war here and now.
He may have reason to delay. According to reports, the Yulmoran forces at Laxan Loft were observed taking a prisoner. A young woman believed to be none other than the Oracle of Light, Minfilia. It may be that General Ranjit wishes to convey her to Yulmore before commencing hostilities. Having mentored generations of Minfilias, it would not surprise me if he had made her capture his chief concern.
I'm sorry, generations of Minfilias?
Ah, of course. How remiss of me. I had intended to speak to you of Minfilia. There is, however, much to say, and precious little time in which to say it.
You
I
get
think
to
it
the
best
point
that
then.
you seek out Moren at the Cabinet of Curiosity. He'll be able to enlighten you. Alphino, Alize, would you care to accompany your friend? You doubtless have insights of your own to offer on the matter.
All right. though I'm still not sure I understand it all myself.
In the meantime, I will set about making provisions for war.
Light the beacons, call for aid. To the Cabinet of Curiosity. Where I assume we will be treated to some glorious, glorious exposition? Yes. You've looked after books pertaining to the War of Darkness. I'm afraid most are out on loan at present. You're experiencing quite a surge in popularity. Oh, you wish to learn about the Oracle of Light? Then it would be my pleasure to assist. After I've finished off some few outstanding tasks, that is. While I tend to them, perhaps you could fetch me a book? The Illustrated Tale of the Oracle of Light, it's called. Oh, it's intended for younger readers. It provides an excellent summary of the subject matter. The artwork is quite lovely besides. I would not hesitate to recommend it to anyone who had an interest in learning about Minfilia. But you must see for yourself. The book should be located on the level below. Should, I say, for while there is a place for everything here, not everything is always in its place, despite my best efforts. In short, if the book is not where it should be, it will almost certainly be somewhere it shouldn't. So, good luck. That does seem a tad tautological. It's either where it should be, or somewhere it shouldn't. And the book is not where it should be. Found the Cabinet of Curiosity. This towering vault contains countless scrolls, tomes, and mouldering manuscripts salvaged from the furthest reaches of Norvrant. Representing the grammarian branch of the Trivium, the Cabinet welcomes visitors in search of anything, from the most complex academic tests to illustrated works for children. Okay, where's a particular book for children that I want? Do I have to go down to ground level? Is it in this one? Just as your eyes begin to blur, they finally come to rest on a copy of the Illustrated Tale of the Oracle of Light. Let a piece. Yo, I got your book. Have you found the book? Yes, this is the one. I hope it wasn't too difficult to track down. I'm happy to say I've finished all my pressing tasks. If you want to call your friends over, we can begin learning at once. It's time for school. Without further ado then. Began 100 years ago. The flood of lights threatened to swallow Norvrant. Just as all seemed lost, a savior appeared who halted the all-consuming radiance. A maiden with hair of spun gold and eyes of clear sapphire. Naught was known about her save that her name was Minfilia, and for delivering the realm, she came to be revered as the Oracle of Light. After stopping the flood, the mysterious maiden vanished without a trace. But 15 years later, her name would unexpectedly appear in the annals of history. Absolutely not. Sin Eaters laid ruin to the kingdom of Vobert. A young girl was discovered who was immune to the creature's blighted touch. One with hair of spun gold and eyes of clear as sapphire. She was hailed as the Oracle Reborn and came to likewise be called Infilia. Enlisting in the Yulmoran army, this Minfilia fought and vanquished countless Sin Eaters. It is nice art. I don't think I've ever seen Madoka though. Alas, like so many other soldiers, she eventually met her end in battle. Yet with her dying breath, she whispered unto her grieving comrades, Minfilia will return. True to her words, some years later, another young girl was discovered who possessed the self-same eyes, self-same hair, and those self-same powers. She too took the name Infilia. She too fought Sin Eaters as a soldier of Yulmore. She too fell in battle. Many more were to follow in her footsteps, and so the cycle continues to this day. And that concludes the tale. By their valor and sacrifice, these women have saved Norvrent on numerous occasions. Were it not for them, we might never have learned of the Light Wardens and their nature. They sound like formidable warriors. Some, perhaps. The truth is rather less simple. Though the Oracle is reborn with certain common traits, she does not inherit the memories or the knowledge of her previous incarnations. All of the Minfilias thus far were discovered as ordinary girls, unversed in the ways of war and ignorant of the power they harbored. While some embraced their fate and devoted themselves to training, others did not. But all were made to face the Sin Eaters, and all died to keep their hopes alive. What can you tell us of the current Minfilia? She was found by the Yulmaran army some 10 years ago and taken into their care. Or rather, their custody. She's a prisoner in all but name. For by that time, under Lord Vothri's rule, Yulmar had already abandoned resistance in favor of decadence. Minfilia was an uncomfortable reminder of the war they no longer wished to fight. Potential threat to the peace. So they kept her under lock and key. For a long while, we heard nothing more of her. Couldn't even be certain she was alive, save that it was the Yulmaran's best interest for her to remain under their control. Then, 3 years ago, gallant soul stole into the city and rescued her from their clutches, just like a hero from the tales. Indeed. Well, I believe we now have a good grasp of Minfilia's tale. Thank you for your time, Morin. Might I trouble you for a word, Archon? Outside? As you have already surmised, the gallant soul who rescued Minfilia was none other than our own dear Thancred. They have since been wandering the land together, never remaining in one place for long, which is why we have not yet had a chance to meet them. We know that Minfilia journeyed here as Hydaelyn's emissary to halt the flood of light. It could only be her that the people of the first witnessed 100 years ago, the original Oracle of Light. But while there's plainly some connection between the woman we know and her namesakes, the fact that these girls do not share her memories must surely mean they are not the same person. Tancred has to understand that. I have no doubt that he understands. The question is how he feels. Regardless, Tancred we know would not forsake his charge. She has been captured. Very certain he will not stand idly by. There you go again, talking in your roundabout way. If you think we should rescue Minfilia, just spit it out. Just so happens I agree with you. It's quite clear that this Minfilia possesses Hydaelyn's blessing. And it wouldn't hurt to have a second such individual on our side. Right, Archon? White. So you've made up your minds? XIV, what brings you here? A report and a proposal. First, the report. Scouts have confirmed that the Yulmoran forces at Lox and Loft do indeed have Minfilia in their custody. For the present, they are holding her there, but we can be certain they will move her to Yulmore ere long. Should that happen, we may be forced to give her up as lost. So if we mean to act, we should do so quickly. Which brings me to my proposal. I ask that you entrust this undertaking to us, the people of the Crystarium.